up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a ball. I will never ever fall.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, 14-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers do battle with Jared Goff and the Los Angeles Rams. I'll talk to you again at halftime. But for the call of this one, let's send it out to our EA Sports broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be quarterbacked by Jared Goff, a third-year man out of Cal and the Novato, California native.
It always comes down to the talent of a player first, but never underestimate what good coaching can do for you as well. How about Jared Goff, 0-7 as a rookie, to 11-4 in an NFC West title in his second season? The arrival of Sean McVay and his staff, they really jumped up his game. 28 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions in 2017.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take and got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards.
We saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Goff on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
don't they? They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
From the gun on third down, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They go play action here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be third down. Speaking of Gurley, he was really good again in their win against Denver. Career-high 208 yards versus the Broncos.
And what did we talk about in preseason? I have to bring it back. We talked about potential candidates for MVP. He was one of my strong ones. And when you're leading the NFL in rushing yards, scrimmage yards, and touchdowns, which is 11 through the first 6 weeks, we need to talk about him as the MVP because the epicenter of their offense is Todd Gurley. Whether he's running it, catching it, or creating space for other people to do their thing, Todd Gurley, one of the best players in the NFL.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
And Zerline's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who's in his 11th season now as a starting quarterback of the Packers. It's his 14th year overall, Aaron Rodgers.
And a case can be made that Aaron Rodgers is changing the way you play quarterback in the NFL. Instead of just precision and timing, he's able to take a play and extend it even when it doesn't need to be and go for the bigger play downfield rather than short, easy, effective throw.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, Rodgers. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Abukum in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Rodgers. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Rodgers going to throw. And Adams has it, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming out of that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers to throw once more. That's going to be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity if it...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Los Angeles here, they're going to have the ball again on offense. And how about the first 6 weeks of the NFL season for them? Lone undefeated team left. 6-0. First time they've had that since 2001 when they were in St. Louis with the likes of Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, and Kurt Warner.
Yeah, and think about what they're doing now. It evokes memories of that team. That team did it in the Midwest. Now they're out on the West Coast doing it. This team is 10-1 on the road under their young coach Sean McVay. Absolutely fearless about going out and taking on people. They're 7-0 against the AFC. And if they make a Super Bowl run, they'll feel really good about whoever they play on the other side. But how about Jared Goff? People wanted to say that he was a bust as a rookie. Not at all. Just celebrated his 24th birthday. Joins Dan Marino and Dante Culpepper as quarterbacks with 6 straight wins to start the season at age 25 or less.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
second down. This is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. Throwing on third. Gone. Man open. It's Cup. He's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Black 20.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
I'm eager to take a look at wide receiver Brandon Cooks because I love a guy who can go deep and catch the football. And what he did in 2017 with the Patriots and Tom Brady, 16 catches, over 20 yards each, averaged nearly 17 yards per catch for the season.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Woods. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The Rams were the highest scoring team in the league last year, and they're on the move early with a 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
A 4th-rounder back in 2012 out of Iowa, Mike Daniels, has been about as good a 4th-rounder as you could hope for. A strong defensive tackle, named an alternate selection to the Pro Bowl after the 2017 season. Why? Ability to play the point of attack, and also get upfield and spill plays in the backfield.
Go.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Goff now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, gone. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock down for the win, bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Out of the gun. Gone. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
319!
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Rodgers now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. Gets past one man. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Go. 180.
Following the fumble recovery. Gone. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Meanwhile, we will not get another play as time will run out on this first quarter. It's the Rams out to the early lead. We're back to Southern California right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Gurley again here on 1st down. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by Kupp.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Gone. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To the air again. Gone. His throw incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Goff throwing again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. Through an opening, and there he goes. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On first down, it's gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's gone. And that'll be incomplete. Tremont Williams there to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's gone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
158!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
19!
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now it's Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he will find the open man as Jamon Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
319!
A give to Jones. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Crosby puts it through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. A shotgun snap for Goff. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Nick Perry able to get him for a loss of about 3. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Goff. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Rams on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Out of the gun, gone. And that is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
58. 319
on 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Cobb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Here's Rodgers. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Well, Charles, after Kansas City losing to New England this past week, we only have one undefeated team remaining. The Rams, 6-0, and they barely beat Denver, but they got it done.
They certainly did. They actually set the pace in that game, Brandon. It got out to a pretty nice lead, and then Denver chopped into it, and the Rams held on late. But you can do that when you have Todd Gurley as your lead running back. Over 200 yards for him. The Rams, as you noted, the last undefeated team in the NFL. And no signs of cooling off, even though they had to go to Denver. Snow in Denver in October. And what was it at kickoff? 25 degrees?
25.
How about that? That didn't even cool those guys off.
This week they'll be at San Francisco trying to get to 7-0. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Rodgers going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Two former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now a first down throw. Gone. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Goff now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, this gives us a chance to look ahead to some big Week 7 games upcoming. New England, Chicago, that's intriguing. Carolina and Philly, you have that game. And then how about Dallas and Washington? They're a combined 6-5, but they're playing for first place in the NFC East.
And just think, Dallas and Washington fans, when they have children, the first words they teach them are, "We hate that rival team." And now they're going to get after it for first place in the East. The records aren't great, but the rivalry is strong. New England, Chicago. Chicago let one get away last week against Miami, but still they have high hopes in the NFC North, and they get to test their mettle against a perennial champion, the New England Patriots. And Carolina, Philly. Carolina had a tough one in Washington last week. Philadelphia, big win last Thursday against New York Giants in New York. That's a big, big ball game for both of them.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Throwing again is gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. We want to remind you that new this year in regular season games, I'll take you around the NFL, give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games that have already been completed. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Matt Longacre with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes back, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here, Robert Woods marches back onto the field. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. So far, solid, and we're still in the third quarter.
And there's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, they run with Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on third. Gone. Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Rams on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, and so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's gone. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. The one running back is Gurley. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Gerald Everett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams are in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range, but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Zerline out now to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
319! 319!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 1st down.
The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They go play action here on first down. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
319! 319!
Throwing now is Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 16.
319!
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Goff now to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Goff now right at the 300-yard mark with still a quarter plus to go. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Goff. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards at time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Goff. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Zerline's kick is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer
this time?
Yeah,
get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A shotgun snap for Goff. Finding room at the 30. It's caught left side by Cooks. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Goff now looks to throw toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff for Gurley. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Nick Perry getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
After the field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
319! 319! 319 Sonata!
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
319!
On first down, Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
319! 319!
Rodgers now operating from the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
319!
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the Rams getting set to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now it's Gurley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. But defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
319.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Caught on and able to break one tackle, then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Rodgers From the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Rodgers now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run it with Jones. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the first down with a couple of yards to spare.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
And when you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his... And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
319.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. Calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning?
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
Yeah, knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 18. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, good agility by Cobb. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And down he goes under pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Ebukam in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. On second down, here's Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
To throw is Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Samson Ebukam able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's becoming increasingly clear now that the Rams are going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles. Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one. They're down to none? Yes, exactly right. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.